Steve Gallagher with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. Today I'm here to announce an arrest in the murder investigation of Quentin Gray, a 22-year-old black male. On Friday, December 30th at about 10:30 in the morning, police responded to a shooting in the 5700 block of Hollybell Drive. It's in Arlington. When they arrived, witnesses told them that they saw a black male armed with a handgun shooting in a vehicle that was driving down Hollybell Drive. The driver of the vehicle, Quentin Gray, suffered a single gunshot wound to the head and crashed the vehicle. He was transported to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. There was a second occupant in the vehicle, Cedric Moss Jr. He sustained minor injuries from the crash. Police learned during the initial investigation that the suspect was seen running to an apartment and then fled the area in a vehicle. The police shortly thereafter spotted the vehicle and conducted a traffic stop. In the vehicle were two occupants and a .40 caliber handgun. The two occupants of the vehicle told the police that a third person owned that handgun and they dropped him off just prior to getting stopped by the police. They identified him as Charles, and during the investigation we identified Charles as Charles Smith III, a 21-year-old black male. Photo spreads were put together and they were shown to the living victim as well as the witnesses, who positively identified Charles as the shooter. The living victim, Cedric, was interviewed. He said this all started just prior to the shooting. He and Quentin Gray were in a vehicle together, and they drove up to a nearby convenience store. When they were sitting in the parking lot park, they hadn't gone into the store yet. The suspect, who they didn't know, came walking past their vehicle and was staring them down and giving them mean looks. The two of them got out of their car, and words were exchanged between the two victims and the suspect. However, there was no physical altercation. They all went their separate ways. Cedric and Quentin drove off in the vehicle, and about 5 or 10 minutes later, as they were driving through the neighborhood, they turned down Hollybell Drive, and they saw the suspect standing on the sidewalk. Well, he immediately saw them too. Cedric said that the suspect pulled out a handgun and started firing at the car, and then the crash occurred. On January 5th, Quentin passed away from his injuries, and on January 7th, which was Saturday, police located and arrested Charles at a relative's house. He's been charged with murder and attempted murder, as well as possession of firearm by a convicted felon and additional charges. I can try to answer some questions if you have any.
So, Dan Scanlon, time being, number one, the victim died, so this now is a homicide, and number two, any indication of what the stare down or words were over?
No. It is a homicide because he did pass away from this crime. The stare down and the quick altercation or exchange of words in the parking lot, no, there was no significance to it.
Eric, have been Action News. Did anybody know each other? Or was this just a random, hey, we got into it, so I'm going to just, open fire?
Well, according to the living victim, they don't know the suspect. Thank you.